Josh Hutchens. Welcome to Meditations. And as Peter continues in Acts chapter 2 in his sermon on the day of Pentecost, he goes from the truth about the Spirit being poured out on all people to explaining that this has occurred first and foremost because of what happened to Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus has been delivered up, and he was delivered up according to the plan of God. And because of Jesus' death and resurrection, therefore now the time is right for the pouring out of the Spirit on all people. And to support this argument, he quotes from Psalm 16. He says, David says of him, I saw the Lord ever before me, because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. And this is the psalm that says that you will not abandon me in Hades or allow your Holy One to see decay. And Peter's reasoning is that even though David writes this psalm, because David did die and his body did see decay, therefore David was not speaking of himself. He was speaking in the place of the Messiah who would not stay in the grave, who would not see decay. And of course, Jesus being raised up is the one who fits this description. Now, what I want to point out and what I want to meditate on is verse 26, which is also in the quotation from Psalm 16. Therefore, my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. Moreover, my flesh will rest in hope. So we have three identifications with the human body here. We have my heart, my tongue, and my flesh. The heart is glad. It is the tongue that rejoices, and it is the flesh who can rest in hope. And all of this is based on the fact that the body will not see decay. The soul will not be left in Hades. And so this is speaking prophetically of the Messiah who would not see decay. It is the Messiah who is in essence speaking through the mouth of David, saying that he rejoices, he is glad, he has hope because of resurrection. And it is also the Messiah then who is able to share these things with us, so that now his words, because we have been united with him, can become our words. We can say, my heart is glad, my tongue rejoices, my flesh will rest in hope. Those become our words because they have become the Messiah's words. They are Jesus's words, and therefore, because his resurrection also gives us the hope of our own resurrection, it is his hope and his joy that then becomes our joy. And I think that's the same concept that Paul has, for example, in the book of Philippians, when he repeats over and over and over again, rejoice in the Lord. Not just rejoice because of the things we know about the Lord, but as we are in the Lord, as we are united with the Lord through his death and resurrection, that we know his death, we know the power of his resurrection. As we are united in the Lord, that's what brings us joy. That's what fills our hearts with joy, and our tongues rejoice, and our flesh rests in hope. If you've enjoyed this teaching, then go ahead and visit gospellife.org/books and place an order for my most recent book, the Bible Guidebook, which is a part of our Gospel Life Guidebook series that we are starting out. The Bible Guidebook is a book that will introduce you to the world of the Bible. It will introduce you to how to study the Bible, the cultural and historical background to the Bible, and then a basic understanding of every book of the Bible.